My name is Trent Salo. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, certified strength and conditioning specialist, currently serving as a director of sports performance in the NBA. Basketball has been a part of my life ever since I can remember. Came from a basketball family, grew up in a small town in northern Michigan, played hoops in high school, played hoops in college, walked on to a Division II school, ended up transferring to a Division III school, starting point guard, team captain my final 2 years of college. Continued my basketball journey throughout graduate school, being involved in every way possible. Volunteering for high schools when I was at the University of Kentucky graduate school, and then getting involved in small college basketball teams when I was in PT school down in Florida, and then eventually got an opportunity to work in the G League. So I took advantage of that opportunity and have slowly been working my way up into the NBA. I got involved with Swish House first and foremost because of the people behind the brand, what they believe in, what they've been doing to move the brand forward. So I grew up in northern Michigan, a small town. Trevor Huffman, who is one of the owners or co-founders of Swish House, somebody I grew up watching play basketball, and found out he was involved in Swish House. Literally the next day, drove to Chicago, checked out a class, and said, I need to be involved in this. This is everything that I believe in. Swish House is built by pros and backed by science. And I'm the guy that brings the science to Swish House. And what that means is every detail that you can think of when it comes to how the human body responds to physical activity, that's something that I'm thinking about. So what are the work to rest ratios from different drills? How does the 3D dynamic warm-up look like? How do we prepare members for the activity that they're about to take part in? What is the design or the order of drills? Meaning we don't want to compete when we're working two different body parts. We want to complement those two drills. Lately, we've been getting into more of the understanding the motor learning and skill acquisition of the game and how people learn, how coaches should coach and teach, and that the things that we say matter. And so little things such as how we describe a drill, doing that optimally so that members can quickly understand it. Same thing with an exercise. And so really anything that involves the human body and how it responds to Swish House classes, that's something that I'm involved in. Basketball is one of the best workouts, hands down, and a few reasons why. If you hooped, you know that there's no better shape than basketball shape. From a scientific standpoint, there's a few key reasons why basketball is different from everything else. The first one, biomechanically. So if you look at the movement of basketball, basketball demands you move in all directions, front to back, side to side, rotational, omnidirectional, sort of in a way. The second reason is bioenergetically. That's just a fancy way of saying the energy demands required to play basketball at a high level. You need to have endurance, but then you also have to have the ability to repeat max efforts up and down the court. So biomechanically, bioenergetically, and then biomotor abilities. Biomotor abilities simply means the physical capacities required for the game. It doesn't just require strength or speed or power or agility or coordination. Requires all of them to play basketball at a high level. So biomechanically, bioenergetically, and biomotor abilities are the three reasons from a scientific standpoint why basketball is different. But then more importantly, basketball is just fun to play. And so basketball is different. You don't realize how many calories you're burning because you're enjoying the things that you're doing. What makes a Swish House workout different is the thought behind every drill, every exercise, and every class. And so the fact that Swish House was designed by pros, these pros are calling upon their years of experience and thinking about how they coach these drills, what drills are they going to perform in what certain order. And then from my standpoint, being able to add in some of the scientific side of things and exercise, fitness side of things to make sure everything flows seamlessly and members have a great time. I think the other piece of why Swish House classes are different is the attention that each coach pays to every single member that walks in the door. Every member is treated like they're the #1 recruit coming in for a recruiting visit and going through a workout, going through a class. And so those two things are why I think Swish House classes are different from every other brand in the world. What excites me most about Swish House is the goal of making the world happier and healthier through the game of basketball. Everybody loves hoops, and so why not make the world a better place through bringing people together and playing basketball? What excites me most about Swish House is the way that they treat every single member that walks in the door. They treat everybody like they're a #1 recruit, using their first name, bringing them to class and making sure that they spend time with them, talking one-on-one, getting to know them, building a relationship with them. So That excites me most about the brand is their vision for growing basketball and making the world a better place through basketball, and then also how they treat every single member that walks through the door. I see Swish House classes and the brand evolving city to city, year to year in a couple different ways. The first one, I think, is the classes adopt the vibe of the city that they're in. And so, maybe the city or even the players on the teams in the NBA, WNBA, or big time college in that city. And so maybe some classes, if they're in the Bay Area, they shoot a lot of three-pointers. If they're in Detroit, maybe they're banging down low in the post, shooting some mid-ranges. Shout out to the 04 Pistons. I guess that would be one way I can see the class evolving, is sort of morphing into the persona of the city or the players or the teams that the Swish House classes operate out of. The second way I see Swish House classes evolving are the continued emphasis on wearables and how that can impact us in Swish House. So for me personally, working in the NBA, we have access to every single wearable possible, and we're able to track members or players' steps, distance ran, speeds, changes of direction, etc. And so taking this technology and bringing it to Swish House classes to be able to show members that, yeah, basketball is challenging. You do run quite a few miles. You do jump hundreds of times. You do change a direction hundreds of times, and you don't even know it because it's fun. And so I see Swish House evolving, again, year over year, city to city, by maybe adopting the persona or the vibe of the city and the teams, and then starting to incorporate more and more wearable technology to show members that, yes, you're getting a great workout, and by the way, you're having a lot of fun doing it. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Trent Salo with Swish House. We are built by pros and backed by science.